Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Claire. How are you?
Trying to get my oh, there it is. I'm trying to get my camera to work.
I couldn't tell on the call Saturday if they could see me or not. And so I was hoping they couldn't because I looked really bad. So this is what I did. I put a post-it, that's a post-it note.
Cool. I don't think they could, and I kept going off and on because I was signing papers at the dealership. So
Oh yeah.
I wasn't on. So I'm hoping to see the recording. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. It was really a great training. If, hopefully everybody got to get on that, and hopefully, like Shandi and Delitra, people that really needed it.
Alma said she missed it, some of it because she had her kids. So she's looking for the replay. One thing
Awesome.
about Alma, she's gonna find the information she needs, and I love that about her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was outstanding. It was outstanding training. I loved it. I loved the Pearl and Above. Um, Fantastic training we got. So
morning, Rob. Happy belated birthday.
yes, Rob, did you have a wonderful birthday? You might just be getting plugged in. And
Well, I agree about the training. It was awesome. And I was able to ensure my people saw it because they were here with me.
yes.
Oh, perfect. I
That
noticed
was
that some of
great.
the places did have watch parties. We should have planned something,
Yeah.
some of the
Yeah.
other.
I have been on this our time, California time, our time, California time. So I completely messed up, and I was thinking it was later. Thank God Joanne and I were talking, and she's like, no, it's now. And I was like, oh my God, because I thought I had time for a shower. I'm like, oops, no video. I had been up, doing yard work. It was like there was
Mm.
stuff that I wanted to get done before the thing started, and I couldn't do it when Rob wasn't here. And so it was like, okay, we got up and started hustling, getting stuff done Saturday morning, and then here it was. I mean, I was nasty, and then I figured out, oh my God, it's starting in like 10 minutes. No camera. And if y'all missed it, this is my just confirmation that there's no camera. I got my post-it note.
Oh, that's what that was. That's awesome.
Just
awesome.
confirming. I didn't want anyone to see me. It was bad. Anyways, so speaking of the Saturday training, and yeah, Joanne had all of her peeps there at her place. That's awesome. What kind of when you're watching it like that, you've got new people. It's like watching stuff for the first time. So what really jumped out at you, Joanne?
It really was. It was good because they are so attentive, and they are audio learners, which made it really, really good. But I'd like to tell you about Tony's sign up last night.
Yeah.
It was classic textbook. He texted me to see if I was available to do a 3-way call. And I said, yes, absolutely. Immediately put the 3-way call together. And I told them about product, the testimonies. I told them about the business. I told them about the owners. And Tony did the absolute, one of the things Greg had to say was, 90 out of 100 people are skeptical about MLMs. So I immediately said, yes, I agree with you. And the reason they are is because what kind of experience did you have?
Yeah.
And he started to tell me.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And so, and Tony, of course, is hearing all this and thinking, golly. So, and then Tony did as we had talked about over and over. And what he did was he said, all right, Greg, are you in front of your computer? Let's do it.
Yes.
And we did it. And so Tony, by the way, was not. And, but I walked them through it. You know, I pulled them up with my computer.
Right.
That's what I do. Everybody I sign up, I walk them right through the step-by-step. I put in, you know, Joanne Smith, you know, my phone number, my email address. And then Kayani tells me I'm supposed to help them because they're really close.
Oh, wow.
You know, later on.
Yeah.
But I literally walk them all the way
So
through
you
the process.
actually are putting in a name.
Yes, because if you don't, you won't get the pages.
You don't get to go any further, right?
You don't see what they're seeing. So yes, absolutely. I put in
And
information.
then you can
So
cancel
I
that
can
out
keep
later.
going.
Okay.
Well, no, because I go all the way to the last page. On after that page, I don't fill that one in.
Okay.
And then the next one, when you hit continue, is them putting in their credit cards.
Okay.
So I go all the way. So I'm even there to show them they have to click the little box that they're
Yes.
agreeing to the term, because many people don't do it. And
Right.
then they have to go back to figure out why it didn't submit, you know.
I love that. I love that.
That's-
Because you miss out on things. If you're not seeing it, if you're not right there with them and you can't see the screen, what they're seeing, you're missing out on things. For instance, that's exactly what I went through with Delitra. We were going through the steps with her, and she missed out on being her own customer in the beginning, where you can just click on it. We had to go back through and have her be her own customer. It worked out fine because now she knows how to sign up a customer, right? But it would have been easier if I'd have been on that screen with her. Instead, you're getting that description. But I do definitely agree with them doing it and not you doing it for them, because they can see how easy it is. You know, it just puts them, I mean, if they can't do that, they're not going to do anything, right?
Correct. Correct.
So make them sign themselves up. But I do love that. So if y'all missed it, Joanne was saying she went through every screen with a made-up person on her end. So what kind of social do you plug in for that made-up person? 99999 something. Joanne, what kind of made-up social do you plug in for that person? Did I lose her?
I don't. That's where I stop.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the page. I don't fill that page out.
Okay.
I walk them through, okay,
All the way to that.
to that page. And so I seeing it and letting them know what they put in the replicated website.
Okay.
You know, what they want for the website.
Yeah.
And so I'm seeing all of it, but that page is the last one I do not fill out.
Okay.
And okay.
Cool.
The other thing is I'm able to go through the auto ship and what, you know, this is what that is. They're getting the auto ship. And so you know, it works so well.
Yeah.
But you can't do it if you don't see it. Oh, and when you talk about the customer part, okay, that box, it's marked in green already. So if you are following, I'm just going to walk to the other room. They're cutting the grass on the golf course. So I can't hear.
Okay.
So what they do is they have that box selected for you to be your own customer. And it's in green and it's checked. And so when I'm walking them through it, I then say that that's what that is.
Okay.
So now here's what I suggest. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and sign, put yourself in and walk yourself through it so you can see what you're doing when you're walking them through it. And
Yeah.
I just put in, you know, Joanne Smith. I put in my phone number, my email address, and that hits me down to the bottom, continue.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then all the rest, it just selected and everything, and you get to that page where the social is, Well, then, you know, that's the one I'm able to walk them through it to
Right.
see that they fill in every box.
Yeah.
And then they
And-
hit
and it-
continue, and I tell them, and now that's your credit card information. And
Yeah.
that's where I'm, you know, and then I ask them to give me his ID number after it's submitted.
Right. Right. Yeah. You get a message with that. You get an email with their ID number too. But
Well,
yeah.
I wasn't signing him up though.
Yeah.
Tony was signing him up.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
You know, so
Okay.
and I just wanted to know it was complete and
Right. Right. Yeah. I agree. And another
But
way
you know what
should-
the best thing is about the whole situation, Joanne, is that Tony is so new that he doesn't really know a whole lot of anything, so he passes them directly to you. There's no, you know, let me tell you all about it, and because that's when people kind of go astray, and you know they see how easy that the process is, and if they can just continue to do that, that's all they need to do. That's like Karen. She keeps telling me, well, I don't know what to tell people. I said, don't tell them anything. Nothing. Don't tell them anything. Tell them, I'm so new. I don't know anything. I don't want to mess it up. You need to talk to this person.
Mhm.
And that's all you have to do.
Right.
And, you know, if they can get that, and if Tony and his new business partners can get that, it's going to be a cakewalk.
Right.
It was classic textbook, Michelle. Classic textbook.
Yeah.
It
I
sounds
mean,
like it. That's awesome.
It was classic textbook.
And totally duplicatable, because
Correct.
this guy, the new guy, is not thinking, oh gosh, I need to know all this stuff.
Correct.
I don't know all this stuff. You know, I can't do this. So yeah, he can see that he can just pass somebody over to you. So I think if they understand that, it would make life so much easier.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love the part about the person already having some type of knowledge of network marketing and the way that you nipped it. And it's like, okay, let me tell you, let me ask you, what's
And
your
you know
story?
what it was?
Yeah.
Listen what it was. He hated the way all they did was talk about money, that it was like the almighty dollar was all that they wanted to achieve. And it was, I mean, it was like our mission statement puts it so into perspective. And then of course I got to tell him the story about Kevin and his psoriasis and how wonderful it made me feel to be able to help somebody, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was his whole thing was and I'll find out what it was today that he was in, but whatever he was in, that they talked about the yachts and they talked about the RVs, and you know, and I thought it's a good lesson for us to remember.
Yeah, that
Every
turns a lot of
person
people
we're
off.
talking to, that is not the be all get all.
Right.
Anyway, I thought that's a good point for us to remember.
And that's one thing that they covered over the regional is you have to find out what type of person you're dealing with, and you know, kind of go from there, because if they're money motivated, talk about money. If they're compassionate, they want to help people, that's what you need to kind of focus on. If they're, you know, they want to go and have fun, you know, they went through all the different personalities. I need to take that one again. But you focus on that type of personality. Whatever's important to them, that's what they're going to create more of if they're successful in this business.
Right, Michelle, and that personality thing, that's in our it's in a million places, but it's also in our new Kiani Pro.
Is it?
Kiani Pro 2 app? Yes, it is. It's
Awesome.
in there.
Has anybody seen anything that is talking about this 90-day challenge, or you know, any 90-day challenge about, you know, is there something quick and easy? I stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning texting these ladies, trying to, you know, put wording together, and you know, I'm just kind of like copy and pasting from other, you know, sources. Is there, have you seen anything in Kiani Pro that we can just send them a real quick video or
yeah, I believe there is.
I looked, I couldn't find anything.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'll look.
Have you looked at the Healthy Living Hub?
Oh,
I
that's
did
a good
not.
idea. That's a good idea.
I did not.
Yeah, I'd check the Healthy Living Hub if I was you.
I will take a look. I mean, I already sent the messages out, but there was one post that was talking about, is there somebody out there that can help me with coaching and accountability and recipes and I mean everything that we're offering. And so I put in there, that we have all this available. We're starting a 90-day challenge tomorrow, and and plus, you get a chance to win $15,000. So I had several people comment on her comment saying that they were interested. So I was up late last night trying to figure out what to tell them.
Yeah. So did you get on the, if you go to our back office
Uh-huh.
and just look under the news stuff about the 90-day challenge, did you look through that? Because it has a
I did,
lot.
and I kind of copied some of the stuff from there, so because it sounds
Okay.
like it's really geared toward the business partners,
Mhm.
but these people, they're not even customers yet. And I was trying to find something that would explain, the requirements of
Gotcha.
what, they have to purchase so much, product. They have to be customers basically for the 90-day challenge.
Yeah. 2 products a month.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like if they're on the triangle of health, they're covered because that's 3 products.
Right.
Okay. So 2 products a month is
I'll
the
put out there what
requirement.
I put together just to make it easier if anybody runs into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that. I did not see that. It was covered in the training the other day. But yeah, I'll look for that. I'll look for something on that.
Okay.
Does everybody understand how the prize thing is working?
I did after I read it, yes.
How,
Yeah, it's not just a $15,000 prize that somebody gets to go for. There's some qualifiers for that. First and foremost, there's going to be 4 different 90-day challenges. Each one will have a winner.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the year, they're going to see who did the best. Now, it could be just one 90-day challenge transformation, or somebody might have taken 3 of the 4 or whatever. So it's going to be judged on it's just $15,000. You can get a year's worth of people doing this.
And to sign up for it, somewheres there's the where we sign up, what information we have to give. Like we had last time, we had to write up something about why we're doing it and all of that stuff. So
Michelle just finished that last night, so you can ask her.
Yeah, I put it all in there. I just put it on Accountable Achievers, our
thank you.
group page.
On the corporate page. So I got, gosh, text me
Come on.
throughout the day, Kathy, tell me to go to the Facebook page.
No, not on, I didn't put it on the Facebook page. I put it on our chat.
Oh, okay. That one
Yeah.
I see when, when I click over, but the Facebook page, I don't think about. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right. Well, that's really, if you're just looking for something, and okay, y'all tell me, did I do that right on Friday? I plugged in videos. I just plugged them on the page. So you can just kind of scroll up and down the page
Awesome.
and see
Awesome.
videos. So if you're looking for a video, that we've talked about, it should be on there. And some had the pictures that came over with it and some didn't. So the ones that didn't have the picture that went with it, I put an extra note so you could know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing, but I thought something out there is better than nothing, right?
I did put
Absolutely.
the Imron and the Eric Worre videos on there last night. I posted those on there last night.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes. And I didn't get to watch all of that interview, but I would love to watch it. I started out watching it. It's pretty outstanding. Just the beginning, him talking about, Navy SEALs and all of that. Pretty incredible. guy. And
Oh, I didn't watch that one yet. I put the Rise of the Entrepreneur on the.
oh, okay, cool. Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Does
To really
anyone
get
know
back.
where the regional's going to be posted, the recording?
Not yet. Haven't heard. It might be we get an email telling us where it is, or it might be on. I don't know. They might open it up to everybody after the fact. I don't know.
Yeah, because Alma's asking, and I told her I'd find out for her. And of course, I'd like to look at it as well.
Yeah, and if we can confirm that Delitra and Shandi got to see it or plugged into it or something, that would be great. It's definitely needed. Jason, did you and Kyle get to watch it? It looked like Kyle was on the, I don't know, maybe, I thought Kyle was on Pearl and Above, but I don't know, maybe not. I just
I haven't found out with Kyle yet.
Okay.
I was on the regional. I did not do the Pearl and Above.
Okay. Okay. And what are your thoughts? Was it wonderful? Good new information?
Yeah, I thought it was very good information. Yes.
Yeah.
I go through and I've got a way to record what's on my screen. So if we need a copy of it, I have a
Awesome.
copied version of it.
Jason is the man. He's the man.
I'm telling you.
Jason?
Jason, I have a question
Cool.
about that. I saw
Yeah, fire away.
on the bottom of my computer that I had a record button, and I was afraid to press it because I didn't know if I would mess something up. But that's basically just for me to record?
That I don't know. I think that's through Zoom, and I don't know if it lets us record since we don't
Right.
aren't running it.
Right.
I've
Yeah,
got a
that's why I
different
was
software
afraid
that
to
does
try it.
So I have the convention. I have the trainings from the convention all recorded as well.
Wow. That's awesome.
Now that I would like to
Lake
see, because I don't know if I'm
version.
going to get through them all before the end.
I agree. Me too.
I'll find a way to put them out. I don't know if Tayani would have issues if I just posted them on YouTube. So
Right.
What about our Facebook group?
Yes, that's what.
You know, that would
Yeah,
be just us that's in it.
Facebook group. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be an idea.
I'll give it a shot. I'll see if I can
I have the screenshots. I did the screenshots throughout the whole regional. So if you want those, I can post those as well.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And I loved what's his name? Dana Harper's training. He was the one that is in Africa, and
Oh,
he did and he just went through the steps on the phone, using the app, and he covered a lot of great stuff. I really like him anyway, and he did great. Also, the guy, crap, forgot his name. The restaurant owner.
oh, yes.
Jeff,
I don't remember his name either.
Jeff Ackra.
Jeff Ackra.
Yeah, I loved his stuff, and a great way to approach people that are that are business owners. I thought he did such an outstanding job. Just, I was like, ooh, can I just connect all my peeps to you and let you talk to him? Because he was outstanding. So, did anyone else have, just awesome key takeaways that you want to share?
I know I took like 10 pages of notes, but I don't have them in front of me. So
Yeah. Well, another thing on that app to remember is the SMS is the way to, when you're sending out any videos or anything that you're sending out, the way to track it is using the SMS. And then it gives, I don't even know what SMS stands for. My tech people probably know.
Text messages. Text
Okay.
messages.
Well, if you do SMS though, he clicked on it, and that was Dana Harper. He clicked on that, and then it gave him the options of Facebook or Messenger or all that. So it wasn't necessarily text. It was, he clicked on SMS, and then it gave him the other choices. He said, always click on the SMS first. So I'm going to have to play with that and figure it
But
out.
that helps you track it. It helps you know if they've opened it, watched it, if you know,
Correct.
it's just sitting there.
Yeah, yeah. So it tells you that they've watched it or whatever. So that'll be definitely one of the sections that I will be revisiting a few times probably. Because I
Me
took
too.
as many notes as I could, but I was like, you know, until you're actually doing it and, you know, on your own phone and come across a question and you're like, oh, how did they say to do that? Then you can go back and rewatch. And that's where, you know, I know how I am, and that's what I'm going to have to do. So,
And that's exactly what Tony said it when he called me after we finished it. He said it was so great experiencing the three-way, because as much as we've talked about it,
yeah.
until you do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like as you're saying, you don't realize, by golly, look how this works.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
If you follow the system, it definitely is so much easier if you can just get that through to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they said that, I don't know who said it yesterday, Saturday in the thing, but from the way back at the very beginning, if you just follow the system, one of the young girls, oh gosh, they're so young, and they're
Oh, yeah. I think that was that,
Maria?
Nina.
anyway, yeah. And she said, if you know, we've got a system, and the guy from Africa South, he said the same thing. When with it, what this company has, the other ones don't have, is the system. And when you
Yeah.
follow the system, and I loved how he said it, you can do it anywhere in the world.
Yes. Yes. I loved it because it was so true. Look at him in Africa. We are not in Africa. As soon as they, you know, they kept saying, and joining us from Africa, I'm like, we're not in Africa. That was my first thought. And I'm
Mine
like,
too. I'm
oh,
thinking, what part of Africa?
yeah. And when did we open up Africa? Because that opens up all kinds of new doors, right? But
Right.
but to have him there working the business and
Yeah, and basically no contacts from where he is.
yeah. But then if you saw his reach
That's
out
why
was
not
in
in
New York.
Africa. There's really no contacts.
Yeah, but you know what he's doing? He's getting ready to be taken over when they do open up Africa,
Of
because
course,
he's already
absolutely.
there, and
Correct.
he is going to have
Correct.
that. Yeah, so
Correct.
that he's smart. He's smart
Correct.
about that. If you think
Correct.
about it.
Oh yeah, he's worked that out with them, no doubts. Just like, you know, there's somebody in India, because that's going to be the next place that Miles keeps talking about. You know that there's somebody in place in India.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Dana's
family is from Africa. Yeah. I've got one of my my newest business partner, he's from Africa. His family's from Africa. And actually his mother right now lives in England, but he still has family in Africa. So yeah, and India, that's a great thought. People that you know that have family there, that you know, that would be something to, you know, hey, and you know, and especially buying in at this, you know, if you don't even want to work it right now and you just want to buy in at this $199.95 pack just to hold your spot until we open up in India, you know, or wherever, you know, that is not a way to approach somebody. Okay, you rewind. You do not hear what I just said. That's
Erase.
yes. Delete. No, that's just a last. You know, you've already talked to them about the business. You've already talked. They're not interested. and then you could go back to them with something like that if you just to buy in and get a spot. Okay, so that's not a first approach. So don't.
Understand that India is 1.3 billion people.
Yeah.
It's huge. Of course, most of them are impoverished and most of them in slavery. But
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I lived in Bangladesh next door to it. And oh my gosh.
Yeah.
out of the 40 million people in slavery today, a majority of it comes from most of the highest percentage comes out of India.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's through International Justice Mission. That's their numbers.
You know, I'm curious about something. So does Kyani adjust the price for the countries? We know they charge more for Canada. So, you know, that hit me one day. So do you think for India, Africa, would they have a price scale of it being cheaper?
I would imagine.
I don't believe so. You're looking for a target audience.
I would say there probably is some type of adjustment depending on the country. Some
Has to
probably
be.
less, some more.
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct. Yeah, I think it would have to be.
Hey, Karen.
Common sense would dictate that. I don't think so. I just, they're looking for a certain select. Everything has to be common. You have to have a, same thing when I got an Amway. Everybody started at the same price. You couldn't buy into the company a certain price. Everything needs to be equal. And if you say, well, hey, I'll just move over to Vietnam because it's a little more impoverished, I can get a cheaper product there. I don't see that. I mean, could be wrong, but I just don't see how they're going to adjust it and make it fair across the board for everybody else.
No telling. And, you could even check the back office to see what the products prices are in the different areas, but it's in their currency. So, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to read it anyway, because I noticed that when I had my guy where was he at? That in the Philippines that bought from me, my customer in the Philippines. I don't know where he's at. Anyways. Karen, I was going to ask you if you have one, if you can think of it off the top of your head, if you have an elevator pitch, I would love to hear your elevator pitch. I did because
On the,
oops. Can we hear everybody? Is my internet messing up?
No, that's all right.
Yours froze up for a second.
Okay.
She said she was going to put it on her the messenger group.
Oh,
in case
okay.
she-
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Karen. No, I just, I don't know. Karen always, it just comes across as the professional, and she's all put together, and it's like
Much poise.
I know. I can only imagine how hers is laid out. So, yeah.
But we also need to have our own too. And I think if we put them all out there, Karen's would be an awesome example. But I think we all need to put them out there just so we can kind of help tweak them, and maybe get some ideas if we don't know exactly what to say.
Right, and it actually it'll match your personality too. It needs to match your personality, because if I were to say Karen's words, they would look at me like, that's not you. That's fake. That's and so or if I were to say whatever Rob says, that's not me. And Rob's got a whole different language that he speaks. He speaks, doctor language, and that's not me.
All right, Kathy, that leaves you and me alike.
I know. Hey, whatever Joanne says, I think I'm on it. I can play Joanne pretty well.
Well, my old elevator pitch is totally non-compliant. I think I would get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
What did you used to say?
If I was to, sorry, I got a phone call. If I was to say it now, because what I would normally tell people is that it's a nutraceutical company that's helping people with their diabetes, inflammation, you know, and just kind of name.
Yeah. Right.
That can still be said. You just have to tweak it.
Yeah.
Correct. What you're saying is it has helped some people or other people with those things. What you can't say is it definitely cures diabetes.
Right.
But it has helped people with it. And with that 30-day money back guarantee, there's no reason for you not to try it to see if it will help yours.
Yeah. Well, I also I'm glad you said that too. There were a lot of disclosure statements out there, a lot of, if you noticed, everything that was said, they had some type of disclosure at the bottom, results are not typical, that sort of thing. And they did mention on the call how the feds are basically on top of everything right now, really checking to make sure that everybody's on the up and up in these type of businesses. And that's fine. I really think that Kiani's been proactive in all of this and making sure that we're, doing the right thing. And now, for them to have had the contest, which, by the way, congratulations, Mr. Terry Carter, on the wellness page contest. That is awesome. I was so excited to have somebody on our team. Yay!
Yeah, that was fun. That was a big surprise.
That is so awesome. So, but for them to have had the contest to get people back plugged in to putting their testimonials out there on that wellness page, and they did explain that it does take a little bit longer for those to actually get, published on there because of, just making sure that they're, that the wording's correct, that we're not going to get in trouble for anything. So I think that's great that they're really building that back up and building it back up the right way. They're on top of each post. So good information there. So if we haven't posted in there, let's do it. We can build that too. I didn't post in the last one, and I haven't posted in this one yet. So I think that's something that we should all make an effort to do. And if we wanted to build it back up to be able to send our customers there, our potential customers and team members there, then we need to help build it. So, and encourage your customers to as well.
Kathy, who would you recommend I reach out to about that, getting the address right on that?
I would send a message directly to Kyle Peterson. He's the one who made the announcement.
All right.
And just say, hey, I want to, thank you for, I understand I won. I was so excited to hear that on Saturday. And, but I did notice y'all said Katy, Texas, and I moved. I want to make sure I get my monies. So.
Yeah, I've been checking email. There's nothing coming that way right now. So.
Okay.
But I'll reach out. I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, I'm sure he would probably be thrilled to get an email from a winner. So.
I want to share a couple of Code Market successes I've had.
Yes, please.
Please, love to hear it.
Well, on Friday, I was on the phone I was trying to get insurance transferred over because I'm moving it onto my own insurance. I'm not taking the old policy, long story. but I reached out to the company we have currently, and they sent me to a lady, and her, anyway, we started talking, and she was helping me. What she does, basically, she works for Liberty Mutual, but she helps us find insurance for a company that work best deal.
Right.
So we started talking. Well, I had her on the overview on Friday. We just started talking about what we do, and I was telling, she loves to travel. Talking about the personalities and learning she loves to travel. When I said, my part-time business, I've traveled quite a bit this year. I have to explain COVID, has we have a lot of vacation left over. Anyway, long story short, she went on. She's interested in the product, so she still wants more information. So I'm still dripping on her. Saturday. That was Friday. Saturday, I went to sign the papers for the car, and the finance guy, we were just talking, and I said, this is a car. I'm not really going to have to pay for this car because I'm gonna keep maintaining it. And I was explaining, oh, okay, what is that for? And I give him a little bit, and he goes, I was just talking to my brother about needing to get healthy. I said, have you had all your fruits and vegetables? Do you eat, And I happened to have a sunrise with me, and I handed it to him, and I said, let's drink them together, and we did. And he goes, this is good. He goes, Candace was sitting there with me, and he was still talking about the car. And Candace, I said, Candace, send him the link, because he said, I'm gonna order it right now. I said, Candace, give him the link. Send him the link. And I reached out to him yesterday. He hadn't ordered yet, but he's going to order tomorrow. Well, I'm going to stay on him, by the way. So as I was leaving, so that was 2. I didn't know these people before. As I was leaving, the receptionist at the dealership, she was saying, congratulations. I said, thank you. And I started telling her, yeah, it's a car, my dream car. And she was, what is it? I said, yeah, it really happens. Normal people earn these cars. She goes, really? I said, yeah, I'm gonna come back and talk to you, because I had to leave because we had to go pick up Lily from work, my granddaughter. So I'm going back today anyway, but so
awesome.
It was just pretty cool. And the personal trainer yesterday, the one I had been working on, he did watch the video, Miles' video. I reached out to Miles, and I'll be setting up a 3-way with him and Miles today, hopefully. So
Claire, did you find
Awesome.
out what that information I gave CC, did that help out?
I'm sorry?
The information CC reached out, the information I gave, did that help her or not?
I hope so. She didn't come back to me after that, so I'm really hoping. I'll follow up with her today.
Okay, just curious. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you for your help. And Kathy, are we still on at 1:00 today?
We are with Delitra. And did you add Alma to that group or no?
I was going to see if it's okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to go ahead and add her. I haven't. I'll reach out to her and see if she's available.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
It's fine with me. I don't think Delitra minds. I mean, maybe she'd feel more comfortable. Just we got a couple of new people on here, and answer some questions or whatever. They've both been through the beginning steps. So yeah. I think.
Yeah, they're both in their 30 days. They're and Alma only has 2 days left, so we're working.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool beans. Well, anyone else have anything? That's awesome, Claire. Fantastic job on your, just talking to people. Cold market.
Absolutely.
Kathy, I got a question.
Yeah.
This goes back to what Claire said initially at the beginning of part of the call today, how Alma will go to things and find it out for herself. Maybe I need to have this discussion with you privately or something, but I'm just curious on this accountable achievers, what is the prerequisites? I mean, what validates membership? I was thinking the accountable achievers, it's a phone call, and then we have other resources that we can use, but I'm not sure all the people in this group, I don't know what qualifies. I mean, how do you get to be in this group?
Well, Terry started the group. So Terry, you want to answer that?
I think Kathy and I are probably just a common mindset that if they're looking for growth or they're looking for a way to stay in touch, that this is a good place for them to start. There's not a whole lot of like prerequisites or college courses that you got to take to be in this thing. You just need to be like moving or trying to move. You know, you may only have 1 foot, but as long as you can dig a little bit and push yourself along the road.
Breathing and desire. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that good, Kathy?
That's perfect. I love it.
Okay. Well, what
Yeah.
I'm seeing here is a Pandora's box. I mean, I like what Claire said about Alma. She goes out, but I do not see Shondi on these calls. I don't hear him. I don't hear Delitra. I don't hear. What I do see on the Accountable Achievers is them taking up a lot of space, things getting pushed up into the feed. I mean, if they're part of the Accountable Achievers, why aren't they on this call? That's what I don't understand. You have systems called a Road to Jade, where that person gets on and they have all their upline support there to answer questions. But our feed is getting inundated by Shondi, especially with all these questions and just general small talk, and everything gets pushed up the feed. I don't think that's what this was supposed to be for. And then again, if he's only part of the Accountable Achievers, why isn't he on these phone calls? Why isn't the leader? All these extras that I don't understand why they're part of the Accountable Achievers if they're not participating. They're using the resources, but they're not participating. Why don't you just use their Road to Jade and let them ask all those questions to their upline?
Yeah, well, and all of our calls are recorded, and there is a YouTube channel that is also available to anyone that wants to go back and watch any things, because due to time zones and what have you. I mean, we've got Cece, who occasionally joins. We've got Beverly up in Indiana that occasionally hops on. And even, I mean, Jason's not always able to join us because he's in Florida, and we've got, Kyle. I don't know if Kyle's ever been on a call, and he's in California as well. But, due to schedules and stuff, and look at, we've got the girls in the Woodlands, Maria and Amanda, that they've been on a couple of times, but I think they like, still being a part of our little group. I think it's a place where, just like Kairos, you've got people that aren't doing things. They might not be on every call, but they're still part of the group. I think just because they're part of us, and we want to keep them plugged in, and we want to have a safe place for them to ask questions and not feel silly for asking what they might think is a stupid question. Isn't
that what Road to Jade is for? You have your upline support. You have everybody upline to ask questions, and they can get back to you.
Well, Rob, yeah. I certainly agree with you that there are so many groups out there that it's easy for somebody to just kind of like pour a lot of questions or a lot of comments into one group and not realize that another group might be more useful for them.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how we resolve that, but I do know.
And a lot of times they want to hear from their peers, not necessarily their upline. They want to hear. Sometimes they want to hear that as well. And just this call was not necessarily a mandatory thing. It was an option for people to get on if they were able to. And the recording option is where they can get on when they can.
And this
I'm not
started
sure
as an
where
encouraging call too. Yeah. This started as very much I hate to say cheerleading, but it was definitely an encouraging call, so where we could ask any question we had. It didn't have to be out there in the public eye as much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just jumped on because I was driving to work anyway, and thought, what the heck, we can all talk and answer questions. And there were several mornings I was the only one on the call. Driving into work, looking at myself on the screen.
There was one Michelle was on a Saturday. She was really by herself.
I missed it on the weekends. I have withdrawals. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, dang it, what am I going to do now? So yeah. I like it. I like, especially having.
You sleep in. That's what you do.
Well, yeah. I have other. I like the fact that we are able to help each other, even though they're not in our our lineage or whatever you want to call it, because when we all come together, we feel like we know each other. It's more like a family gathering, You know, if all you do is ask your upline, that's all you're going to have a relationship with. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know Shondi at all. I don't know, you know, anybody else except for our little group, but I kind of feel like, you know, we, you know, just going back and forth and helping each other, I think it helps build relationships. And that's what kept me in. That's what I came back for.
Well, exactly. And look at, okay, this is the deal with, did any of y'all even know Shondi was in the group, except for with Claire and Jake and Gary? Y'all can't answer this question, but the rest of you guys, did y'all even know that there was a Shondi Goins out there prior to 2 weeks ago?
No.
Oh, yes. He made his presence known when he first came in. That was about it.
When was that?
When he first got in, he made his presence known.
Okay. And then, but then he disappeared.
He was doing the same thing. He was cheerleading. He was doing the same thing back then. 11 o'clock, he was cheerleading. You know,
Right.
That's all he was doing back then. But no, I was aware of it when I first signed up because he made his presence known.
Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe, I mean, we've got a little action out of him now, and, you know, if it means him being in our group and whatever, you know, I think for the most part, I'm trying to like putting the videos and stuff on the page now to try to help things from getting lost. I know he's going to be, like he said, a cheerleader and adding a bunch of fluff to our page that may not be needed. But I think, I don't think it's really hurting our group. Does anyone feel like that's hurting our group? I thought it was.
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
It's just we have 4 personalities, so we're going to get all different flavors.
I like his excitement.
That's what I was going to say. It's personalities. It's just personalities.
Right.
Hey, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Please.
Because this is something that's common in all of the groups that I participate in, even from life group to other networking groups. And I've learned that I just have to delete all the extra stuff. You know, once I review it, you know, if it's something I don't think I'm going to need again, I just remove it to keep my channel clean. It takes a little more effort on my part, but
I see.
Yeah.
So you can delete it. So
That's right, for yourself.
You can remove it for yourself, and that way it keeps your channel clean, but it allows everybody the freedom to do what they need to do.
You. I love that. That's a good idea.
Karen. Like your style, girl.
Yes, that way. That's perfect. That's a perfect idea. But yeah, I mean, we have quite the motley crew here. We're all different. We're we are all different. We all bring something to the Accountable Achievers. I love all of us. We're all good.
It's like that on anytime you get more than 2 or 3 people together, you're going to have that.
Yeah, but I have enjoyed the excitement. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, you could watch my head spin around with some of the questions that Shondi comes up with, and the fact that he will ask on every channel that we have. You know, before you get a chance to answer the question, he's jumped on something else, or, you know, freaking called out Miles Stallard for an answer, you know, on something. It's like, really? You know, but Miles answers, you know, and so it's like,
but
okay.
He didn't know any better. He didn't know any.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it. I mean, you know, and we're gonna have, that's what makes a family. Nobody, you know, you might have 2 that are similar, but
Miles like
none
he's a
that
regular
are
person.
exactly alike.
Right.
And I think we all learn and grow from each other.
Yeah.
I agree. We would be boring if we were all alike. This would not be a fun call at all. Well, guys, I have to get to work.
There's something called etiquette.
Yeah.
You'll have a great day.
All right, you too, Claire.
You too, Claire.
I think the best idea
Enjoy
though,
that new toy.
idea. Just to, delete what drives you nuts and move on. And,
Well, that way we'll at least be able to see something in the feed instead of getting pushed way up there, because there are some important things that come out, but they're always
Right.
seem to be buried by some other else's chatter.
That's always been, Joanne said it a million times. It's like, oh my gosh, all the chatter, it really messes up, the stuff that you're trying to see.
Great idea, Karen. Thank you, Karen, for your idea.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a great
I
one.
love that idea. Yeah, Joanne said it a million times. Can we just have a page that, it's like, and it never happens, because you can create as many pages as you want to, and you're still going to have the fluff in the middle that doesn't, do anybody any good. But,
Unless you're the only one in the page, yeah.
Right.
And if you
That's
feel
why
like
I have my own page and I throw it all in.
There you go.
Me too.
And Joanne owns that page, and it's all her stuff.
Yes, and you know what, Rob? It was the funniest thing. The video that you had shared with us on the supplements the other day. When I went to save it to my page, it was already on there. I was like, look at me. I did have that one before. And it came from you the last time too, Rob. So
I sent it to you
And
directly.
if you feel like
Yeah.
something's really important, put it on the Accountable Achievers website, not the website, the Facebook page, and then
Facebook page,
it will
yes.
be right there.
Yeah, that's great too. Yeah, feel free to do that, and we'll keep that as a good source for key information. But yeah, we're all different. I'll end with that. Y'all have a
Good job,
terrific
Kathy. Thank
day.
you.
Have a great day. Bye, John Boy.
Everybody have a great
Bye-bye,
Bye, y'all.
guys.
Have a good day.
Bye, John
See you
Boy.
tomorrow.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.